you someone who's busy, busy, busy all the time? You stack that to-do list high and you're constantly on the go. I get it. I've been there. I've done it. We all do it. And I want you today to consider if being busy is a hiding spot for you. That's what we're going to talk about, so stay tuned. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientes. I'm the founder of NFA Coaching and the host of this podcast, Max Potential Habits. Every week I bring you tips, tools, and inspirational interviews to help you max your potential in life and business by optimizing your habits. Today, I typically write out a few ideas for these videos and podcasts, and I follow, so it's not a script, but I write down a few ideas and thoughts, and I go with action steps. And I was sitting here doing my meditation. I always do a little meditation before and think, what do my listeners need to hear today? What am I inspired to share today? And what came up for me is this idea of busyness. I've had some huge shifts in my life lately, and one of them has been recognizing how I've used being busy as a way to hide my heart and my desire to connect. I've connected a lot with people in my business, of course. As a coach, that's something that I do all the time, and I do it every day, but it's very different than connecting on a level with people in your daily life. And several podcasts ago, you all know that I had a breakup, and it's caused a lot of shifts in my reality, and it's been such a beautiful gift for me to slow down and go inward and really question how to do a business that will last long term, how to build a business that will last long term, how to create holistic goals. I know last week the topic was the NFA goal achievement formula, and it gave you a really different perspective on how to approach goals from a different direction, from a holistic goal perspective, looking at vision and why. And I actually have it over here, disappearing from the camera. It was desire, belief, vision, visualization, and strategic action. In this, something that I've been doing to really shift from this force to build my business into a position of power. So thinking about the difference between power versus force and busyness. So I think what people tend to do is we are scared. We don't always know how to build our business. We don't always know the right strategies, we don't know the steps, but we have these beautiful ideas, and we want to change the world through our business, and we want to connect with people, we want to make money, we want to support our family, maybe we want to be our own boss and leave a job that we don't like, that we're not inspired by, or just one that's not as fulfilling as we know it would be to work for ourselves. And in that, we get a to-do list that's a mile long, and it can have us disconnecting from our heart space. And I've heard there's an entrepreneur, I think she calls herself the Heartrepreneur, and it was about a year ago that I ran into her, and I thought, oh, that's such a cool concept to think about. How can you build your business from a place that's heart-centered and not fill up your day with busy work just to feel like you're being productive? This goes along the lines of needing to take the time to sit down each and every day to connect with yourself, to drop into your heart and ask yourself, what's inspiring to me today? What brings joy to me today? How can I connect with people at a heart level today? How can I slow down and nurture myself today? So, I work with all business builders in my coaching, and this podcast is geared towards business builders. And I know as an NFA coach, no fucking around coach, it sounds like I'm hustle, go, busy all the time. And what I'm noticing is that the less I work, the more I make. This is one of my new favorite mantras. The less I work, the more I make. And it's not that I'm not working. When you're in a startup, you gotta hustle. I grapple with this I've had this conversation with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of coaches, where it's like, you got to work your ass off during the startup phase of a business. I agree. If you want to get your business off the ground fast and you want to transition out of a job, or you want to make money fast, I built 2019 was my first full year in business, and I broke 6 figures. First year, I hustled my ass off. I'm not going to lie to you. I worked really hard all day, every day, sometimes 16-hour days, 6-7 days a week. I really was dedicated. I've been inspired. I've wanted to connect with a ton of people. I wanted to grow my client base. I wanted to make a difference in my business, and I've gotten to do it. And now that I'm on this other side of it, reflecting at my year and going, holy moly, I created so much, I'm sitting and thinking, okay, where's my heart in all of this? How can I have the balance? So if you're in the new startup phase and you're hustling, make sure you take time every day to connect with yourself. This can look like drinking a cup of coffee or tea in the morning and just slowing down for 10 minutes to check in with yourself. I have a really incredible business mindset meditation kit. I'll put a link in the show notes or by whatever platform you're watching this on or listening to this on. There'll be a link for it. It gives you a TLC meditation, an affirmation meditation, a business mentor meditation. And that's an interesting and unique and special way for you to connect with yourself. Use Joe Dispenza's meditation. Get online and look up meditation. Calm app. I use the Calm app on my phone all the time. These are great ways to slow down and connect with yourself. Set an alarm on your phone and do a meditation a couple times a day, 5 minutes a day to connect with yourself. Do some journaling to connect with yourself. Take a 5-minute walk around the block if you work from home. Slow down and write a gratitude list, and do a gratitude list for yourself. Think of all of the things that you've done over the last year and write down a gratitude list and go, I am awesome. Take time to celebrate yourself. If you take time to celebrate yourself, you're giving yourself a positive association with powerful work that you've done over the year, impactful work that you've done over the year. Even small celebrations of yourself. At the end of every day, write a gratitude list for yourself. Reflect on your day and go, what did I create today? How did I connect today? Who did I impact today? What did I overcome today? What fears did I face today? Cheer yourself on and be your greatest cheerleader. So these are the kinds of things, when I talk about busyness, we can hustle, and forget that if we want to build a lifelong business that we love, it's a balanced approach that's going to keep you in the game long term. So when I was saying this idea of power versus force is pushing, grinding, burning out, feeling exhausted every day, where you have such a long to-do list that you're just busy, and you're overlooking your health, your heart, your relationships, your connectivity with your family, your exercise, taking time to just stop and smell the roses. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying we can hide in busyness. We can hide our fears in busyness. We can set goals that are very lofty, and once we get there, we don't take time to slow down and treat ourselves. And then we just move to the next thing almost immediately. And I know this because I work with a lot of high performers, and I'm a high performer. And I've had this problem in the past where I'll achieve a really powerful goal that I set for myself that I'm like, go. I get there. I make it happen. It's not always forced. There's some flow in it, but when it's forced, it feels like at the end of that goal, I'm like, ooh, I'm drained, I'm a little bit tired, but then I don't take time to rejuvenate, and I go again, and I set it even higher. I double the goal, right? So I'm not saying don't set goals. I'm a business coach. I think goals are incredible. I think visualization works really well. There's all kinds of strategies. Listen to a lot of my other episodes to learn about that kind of stuff. This one today is for you to practice self-care, to slow down the busyness just a little bit, to check in with your heart, to check in with your inspiration, to take some time for yourself, to celebrate yourself, to connect with gratitude, so that when you look back at 2019 and you're stepping into 2020, you're questioning, how can I care for myself? How can I love myself? How can I connect more? How can I, instead of using force, use power, which is allowing, instead of being in fear-based restriction, you're in faithful flow. You're allowing things to come your way instead of forcing things to come your way. So that's my message for you today. I hope you have an incredible day where you thrive and feel alive. And if you're liking what you're listening to, please leave a written review, rate the podcast, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me reach more people. I'm so glad you're here. I'm grateful for you, and I will see you next week.